What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and some interesting new changes hit YouTube quietly, but I'm questioning exactly how committed they are to these new changes. We've all followed and seen how the science TM has changed. And I understand that, especially with the COOF, you had a moving target and new data was becoming available and blah, blah, blah. I'm not here to say that science is right the very first time, because it almost never is. However, what YouTube says is if you disagreed with the science, which was changing seemingly daily at that time, you were not allowed on their platform. You were deplatformed. People like Ron Paul and others banned from their platform for questioning whether or not there was efficacy to having everyone wear face diapers. So YouTube was happy to ban everybody, and whoever even suggested, even if it was scientifically backed. Sometimes even with science, you have opinion involved. And now, quietly, YouTube has gone back on that. But guess if they reinstated all the people that they've banned? I'll give you a minute to ponder that while you consider this awesome gift idea from Established Titles. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. They allow people to buy as little as 1 square foot of dedicated land so they can call themselves a lord or a lady officially. In return, they commit to plant a tree with every order and protect the beautiful, pristine woodlands of Scotland. Established Titles makes an absolutely amazing gift, and a person could officially get their name changed on documents. Their title pack gives you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate and an official certificate with a crest. Established Titles is currently having a really big sale just for you, my subscribers. You can get an additional 10% off any purchase you make with the discount code TheQuartering. So click the link below, go to establishedtitles.com/TheQuartering and use promo code TheQuartering to save an extra 10% today. YouTube appears to update policy banning claims that masks don't stop certain spreads. YouTube appears to have amended its policies so it now is acceptable to express skepticism about the face diapers on its platform. Journalist and podcaster Sen Pauls posted before and after screenshots of YouTube's, quote, misinformation policies to Twitter. The screenshots show that the rule that bans users for making claims about masks have been removed from the policies page. The amended rule comes nearly a year after the platform suspended several high-profile conservative leaders with massive followings for violating the policy. Quote, YouTube updated its policies to no longer ban claims that masks do not play a role in preventing the spread. Essentially, you are now allowed to claim that they don't work. Here's the initial tweet. Prevent misinformation, claims that they do not play a role in preventing. We all saw the CDC update this. Now they've removed that. The screenshots are taken from YouTube's policy under the headline Prevention of Misinformation. YouTube bans content on the platform that includes claims that the masks do not play a role in preventing or contraction or transmission. And then a number of YouTubers, here's the thing, who have been allegedly banned for violating the rules during the height of the lockdowns reacted to the changes. Quote, I got a strike for this, user Matthew Pruitt tweeted. I wasn't allowed to do certain actions during that time as my account was restricted. This is the problem with a company deciding to be the arbiter of truth. In March 2021, YouTube banned a video of me telling Governor Ron DeSantis that there was no high-quality evidence that putting kids in the face diapers protects anyone. Stanford School of Medicine professor Dr. Jay Bhattacharya wrote, quote, shame on YouTube for censoring to support CDC propaganda. The science TM changed, but the science didn't. Shake my head. I got a strike over this, YouTuber and former police officer Brandon Tatum replied. There are also other high-profile suspensions, and here's the thing. YouTube, as far as I can tell, roll back the strikes that were applied to these accounts. Meaning, a strike is extremely crippling to a YouTube channel, especially one that posts, for example, daily content or consistent content, because you can't upload for a certain amount of time. You can't live stream. You're not allowed to upload to alternative channels. You're just stuck. And so you get an unpaid week off, which sometimes I think it wouldn't be the worst thing, but it's insane that if you change the rules, it seems to me that you should then retroactively remove those punishments. I get it. Like, you can make the prison argument, right? If they, quote, legalized it, all the people that are locked up did violate a law at that time, and that would be the argument that people would make. But I would argue that they should be released. That's just my opinion. But you see, YouTube suspended a number of other high-profile leaders in the conservative movement back in 2021 and in early 2022, alleging it violated the policy. As tweeted by Bhattacharya, in April 2021, YouTube took down a video of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis discussing the efficacy of masks in schools. Then in August, YouTube removed a video and suspended Senator Ron Paul for discussing a variety of topics, including the science behind the masks, the Daily Wire reported at the time. YouTube's move prompted the senator to leave the platform in January. YouTube also permanently suspended conservative talk show host Dan Bongino in January 2022 after he questioned mask policies on the platform, prompting him to migrate his content to alternative video platform Rumble. If we go back to the time in which YouTube suspends Ron Paul for a week over a video disputing the efficacy of masks. Now, you might be able to say, okay, some of these people just got a strike. They're still on the platform. It is what it is. But I would not doubt that the number of smaller, lower profile accounts that were still working and grinding and putting the work in were probably banned permanently. A strike on an account can cripple growth. It can it can sideline you. There are many people that believe that accounts with strikes on them get actively deboosted. This is not something YouTube has said publicly, but why wouldn't they? Right? You're a bad actor. You're a naughty boy. This is the problem when big tech, people that have no background in medicine, are the ones deciding exactly what is the truth and what we're allowed to talk about, what we're allowed to question on their platforms. We've all seen this coming. We knew this was coming. And we saw, as one by one, people that questioned the science TM at the time were banned, deplatformed, forced onto new tech, which is fine. Rumble has 60 million users or something like that is the last number I heard. I love it. I can't wait till there's 500 million there or a billion. Like, it's just, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey. Every time we just saw this high profile banning for non-medical reasons, but Andrew Tate, he has millions of followers. If he gets on alt tech, that's, as somebody who's been waiting and waiting and waiting for alt tech to kind of become viable, there's some sort of not guilty pleasure, but selfishly, I'm like, okay, cool. We have another big person that's going to be on alt tech exclusively. Some people go there on new tech, sorry. Some people go there willingly, like myself. All my content goes out to Rumble, Odyssey, and BitChute. Some people go there because they've been banned. We need more people who will go there willingly, of course, because we know, you see, even if we look at not beyond YouTube, Twitter, you see a YouTube representative said the Republican senator's claims in the 3-minute video had violated the policy on their misinformation policy. In the video, Mr. Paul says, quote, most of the masks that you get over the counter, they don't work. They don't prevent anything. Later in the video adds, trying to shape human behavior isn't the same as following, quote, actual science, which tells us that cloth doesn't work. That's his quote. In fact, they do work according to the near unanimous recommendations for public health experts. On Tuesday, Twitter suspended Representative, and this is via the New York Times, by the way. See how the science has changed, right? On Tuesday, Twitter suspended Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican in Georgia, for 7 days after she posted, about the COOF. You weren't allowed. It wasn't even misinformation, which in general, I don't like. I still think, the best disinfectant is still sunlight. it was like people weren't even allowed to have an opinion. You know, you have 90 days of a strike if there's no more violation. A second strike in 90 days will result in a 2-week suspension, and a third strike, you end up suspended forever. This is what we're going to see more of in 2022 and during the midterm elections, and 2024 during the presidential election. This is why I always implore my fellow content creators to at least mirror their content out on other platforms. I have been very bad about creating alt tech specific videos, which I need to do. I really need to do that. Sticks, X, and Hammer does a good job of that. And I need to do better too, because people need to, like, there are so many people that are afraid to go to new tech because they won't make any money. The fact of the matter is the overwhelming majority of creators on YouTube aren't making any money anyway, so they absolutely should be embracing those platforms where they might actually be seen. There are lots of other ways to monetize: merch, Patreon, subscribe stars, memberships, selling delicious roasted on demand coffee, all these type of things you can monetize with. So people need to get into this, crypto, all this kind of stuff. People need to get more comfortable with new tech, and it needs to happen a lot sooner than later. And it can't just be people who get banned that move over there. We've already seen Reuters this week write a ridiculous hit piece about alt tech. Why? Because they're afraid. Wherever you're watching this video, whether it's YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, or BitChute, please do subscribe, and I appreciate, no matter where you watch, your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.